Good evening and welcome to Estuary TV News with me, Richard Morris. On tonight's show, we'll be getting the news of trampolining and cycling access for disabled people in Lincolnshire. Later on, we're speaking to Heather Barrett and John Haywood, who are organising the 1940s event this weekend. But first, here's James Dunn with the news headlines.
Hello, in the headlines today, fallen pilots are remembered at RAF Killingholme and the amazing achievement of a swimmer from Cllr. A former wing commander returned to RAF North Killingholme this weekend for a special service to commemorate the former base and his friends who fell during the Second World War. The Killingholme Full Bore Club unveiled a special plaque to honour the vital bombing raids in Germany and France carried out from the Lincolnshire base by the 550 Squadron. Wing Commander Jack Harris was one of the men who flew from the base and won the Distinguished Flying Cross for his bravery. He's now 92 and went back to Killingholme on Sunday to honour his comrades as the plaque was unveiled.
It feels very special in many ways. It's wonderful to be with the few surviving aircrew members we've got left. It's wonderful to be with the local population. It's important to pay our tribute to the aircrew who flew on ops over Germany.
Cold callers are getting the cold shoulder in Grimsby as North East Lincolnshire Council announces another no-go zone. Earl Street has become a new neighbourhood watch area and they've banned cold calling. Councillor Hazel says areas of terraced housing are targeted by cold callers as they can reach a high number of homes in a short time.
Unfortunately, a lot of the communities these days have got a lot of vulnerable people in them and we have to try and protect them. We had a recent case where a lady was told that some tiles were slipping off of her roof. She had no idea and thought it was correct. Paid the caller ran off with the money, no work done. And this is something we've got to try and get across to our communities. And if you have a no cold calling sign up in the street as we put here today, then that is a deterrent for unwanted tradesmen to call at your door. And if they do, just politely ask them to go away.
The Fire Brigades Union has announced 8 days of strikes starting next Monday, July the 14th. It's a response to pension cuts which the union has described as vicious. A new system to judge standards in care homes has been launched. They are already judged as compliant or non-compliant by a regulatory body, the Care Quality Commission. But the North East Lincolnshire Clinical Commissioning Group felt residents and family members wanted to know more to make a more informed choice. Care homes have been judged on 14 criteria over the last 12 months and this month were given gold, silver and bronze awards.
The award standards that we have that are in use at the moment are gold, silver and bronze awards that are given for different levels of care. Those awards are dependent upon the scoring that's achieved by the care homes in terms of what they're delivering.
It's absolutely delightful because all the staff are recognised for the hard work. It proves that the residents are getting good quality care. It's an achievement over and above CQC and other monitoring bodies. So yeah, it's fantastic.
A man threatened a checkout worker with a blade to obtain cash from a store in Grimsby. Police are looking for anyone with information after the incident at Sainsbury's on Littlefields Lane at 10:50 p.m. on Sunday. The man was described as a white male of slim build, around 6 foot tall and wearing a dark coat and light trousers. Finally, a veteran local swimmer has returned home after swimming the Channel as part of a 6-man relay team, and she's done it all at the tender age of 69. It's been 40 years since Margaret Smith even thought of attempting the Channel. She's attempted the North Channel before numerous times and got further than any other woman before her, but didn't quite finish. Margaret's team, however, did land in France, although they had a frustrating 5-day wait for conditions to be right, and at one point it looked as though they might not even set off at all. Margaret said that the opportunity to take part was presented to her at a time when she just couldn't refuse.
I did try to swim from Ireland to Scotland, the North Channel, on several occasions. And at the time, yes, I went further than any other woman, but I didn't land. Tragically, the weekend that this all came up, a friend who I trained train with on a regular basis at the Oasis gym passed away in the hospice, and it just felt right to try and do something to raise funds for the hospice in memory of Celia Seaton.
That's all from me. Bye for now.
Anyone with a disability can go down to Grimsby Leisure Centre to try out different sports. Trampolining and cycling are fun activities for many, but to some people in Grimsby, they mean a lot more. Adapted cycles, specialist lifting equipment, trained coaches and sensory apparatus are all available to make sure anyone can give the sports a try and feel safe whilst doing so. Dan Kemp went along to find out more.
People with disabilities may often feel that sport isn't something easily accessible to them, but one group in Grimsby have the chance to experience it for enjoyment and as therapy. The Care Plus group run a number of different weekly activities that are available to all, including gym and swimming sessions and a health walk, as well as cycling and trampolining classes.
We've got people that have got behaviour that challenges, and sometimes in certain environments they really struggle, but because we've got the expertise to work with these client groups, we can support them, help risk assess, and they get as much fun out of it, as anybody. We've got the adapted bicycles for lots of different disabilities. So we've got a chap that comes and he's had a stroke, and he gets on the bike and he'll do 60 laps because he just used to really enjoy cycling before he had his stroke, and one of our bikes is adapted to enable him to join in cycling again.
Giving everyone an opportunity to be involved is vital.
I've had heart problems, got angina and all them, and I just feel safe. I feel safe here.
This is Amy. Amy comes nearly every week, don't you, to the group?
Yeah.
Like trampolining?
Yeah.
What kind of things do you do on the trampoline?
The ball.
The ball, you like sitting on the ball?
Yeah.
And do you do bouncing?
Yeah.
Well, she's got a lot better at bouncing. You're really good at bouncing now, aren't you?
Yeah.
On hand are a number of trained physiotherapists to make sure that those taking part really feel the benefit.
It can help with their chest, so it's chest clearance techniques. It can also be quite a good physical benefit, so cardiovascular bits and bobs that some of the guys don't ever get involved in. Social, guys come down and they have a nice social, so they get involved with meeting new people and meeting us guys.
Trampolining and cycling are every Wednesday morning at Grimsby Leisure Centre, and anyone who feels they may benefit are encouraged to attend. Dan Kemp, Estuary TV News.
This weekend, visitors to Thorpe Camp Visitor Centre in Lincolnshire will be treated to an event commemorating the Second World War. 1940s weekend will take place at the Visitor Centre this weekend. The event promises live music, food and demonstrations, and we can hear about what will be happening with Heather and John. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Richard.
So, John, I believe you know quite a bit about the venue and the history of the venue, so tell us about that.
Thorpe Camp Visitor Centre was actually where the 617 97 Squadron, 4 squadrons were based there during the war, and if it wasn't for a guy called Mike Hodgson, the whole thing would have been bulldozed in the 1960s. And they managed to rescue it, and in the original buildings is now a museum. And all that is run by volunteers all through the year. And Heather and myself put on the 1940s event, and it's July 12th and 13th this year. And it's on the road from Woodall Spa to Coningsby, not far from on the outskirts of Coningsby. There will be 300 reenactors there. There will be 24 groups of individuals, demonstrations, scenarios, music, and everything to do with the 40s that you could possibly imagine.
You say you've got 300 reenactors,
yes.
So obviously that's quite a big part of the event. Why is it so important that we have all these reenactors?
Actual reenactors take on the persona of a person and keep as realistic as possible. And the whole idea of that is in remembrance of the guys during the Second World War who gave their lives that we might be here today.
Okay. And Heather, I believe you know quite a bit about what's actually going to be happening regarding what's at the event. So tell us about that.
The actual entertainment,
yes.
We have it on the green, so we're outside, fingers crossed, this weekend. And it's in front of the Nissen hut, or one of the Nissen huts. And we have our faithful Marlena Rube, she's always with us. And she gives the time each year, like everybody. You know, they don't get paid, they just do it voluntary. And she'll be singing the 1940s songs, along with Frank on the music, her backing music. And she brings along with her the Bomber Country evacuees, and they're little ones. And the first one that started, I mean, I don't know how old she'll be, maybe 11 now. And there's little tots as well. And they've been learning these 1940s songs, and they're so sweet to watch. And then Marlena also brings along the Bomber County evacuees, the Bomber County Buddies, and they're a couple of swells, and they sing as well. We also...
I was just saying as well, that it looks like there's something else happening on the Saturday night. So what's happening on Saturday night?
Oh, that's
the dance event.
Yes, we have the dance, so you can come along, swing, waltz, even the hokey cokey, and that's at Coningsby Village Hall in Coningsby. Pay at the door, £5, dress to impress.
So everyone should be really dressing up in their 1940s gear?
Yes.
Yes, they don't have to for the dance.
Don't have to for the dance?
No, don't think, oh, I haven't got anything 1940s to wear. Just come nice, that's all.
Okay, so just finally for the viewers at home, give us the details again of where it is.
Thorpe Camp Visitor Centre is on the Coningsby to Woodall Spa Road, and it's LN4 4PE for those who've got a sat nav. And if you go into Coningsby and then you head towards Woodall Spa, it's on the left hand side. You can't miss it. There is a big lightning stood outside aircraft, and it actually stands back. And it's not just the buildings there; they go right round the corner.
Thanks very much. Thank you, Heather and John.
Okay. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you. And now, as if by magic, Dan Kemp has appeared on the sofa to talk all about the sport.
Thank you, Richard. We'll start with Rugby League, where Hull Kingston Rovers beat league leaders St Helens by 40 points to 10 on Sunday. It was the Robins' first game since the sacking of coach Craig Sandercock. Chris Chester, who has been put in temporary charge of the squad until the end of the season, made an immediate impact on what was expected to be a significantly tougher test than it finished out being. Omari Carrow and Craig Hall both scored hat-tricks in the match. Callum Lancaster boosted his reputation yet further as he went over for 3 tries in the Black and White's 24 points to 18 defeat to the Warrington Wolves at the KC on Friday night. The defeat makes it 3 games without a win. After pre-season training got underway for Grimsby Town last week, the Mariners start the lead up to the new conference season against Cleethorpes Town tomorrow night. The Bradley Community Stadium plays host to the traditional pre-season curtain raiser, which gives fans the first chance to see the new players in action. Local rider Guy Martin and his Tyco Suzuki team head to the Isle of Man this week for the 2014 Southern 100 road race. Guy clearly feels at home in these surroundings, having won the Southern 100 Solo Championship last year. He also holds the current lap record with a time of 2 minutes and 13 seconds, which he set in 2013. In cricket, Yorkshire's 2020 clash against Worcestershire at New Road on Friday night was abandoned without a ball being bowled. The side are now currently in the second day of their county championship clash with Durham at Headingley. A win will see the Tykes move to the top of Division 1. And finally, a big well done to young local archer Stephen O'Connor, who spent 2 long days shooting in the rain and wind last week for Lincolnshire's junior team. Stephen came 3rd in the junior section as his side beat Nottinghamshire. Well done from everyone at Estuary TV. Unfortunately, that's all the sport we've got for you this time. Back to you, Richard.
That's all we have time for tonight. You can get in touch via email news@estuary.tv, on our Facebook page, or give us a call on 01472 315561. Until next time, goodbye.